Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ahmed Lomayar. On this video, we're gonna talk about how should we configure cross-origin resource or sharing or call them CORS. How should we configure that? The reason we configure that because this represent one domain and this represent another domain. What I mean this domain is different than this domain. You could see it even by number. This is a Tomcat that we uploaded to the Eclipse with the port number we placed it 113 because everything is located on the host, a local host. That's what is local host, but port number is different. But each one represent different domain plus this one. How should we configure? How should we bring a setting that like our webpage could talk to our IBM, the app we make it at the backend, and how should IBM app can talk to the microservices. So let's configure that one. Before we configure this part, we want to add scripting right here on so we could we want to add JavaScript, so we could send a request. Let's say just give me suppose I wanna like click on that and the information would come right here. When I click, we can able to talk to our IBM app. By the page we have, and I brought some changes. I add a price tag. I will show you how to add it. Price plus the title to it, and I change the click here to order. I just like a special pizza to order once you click it. So once you click it, the information have to pick automatically. Like they should tell you the special pizza, veggie pizza, and different, and the price. The rest information we will fill it up manually, but this information like veggie pizza to order or like a special pizza, they have to pick it automatically. How should we do that? For that reason we want to add script, and also they should pick the price, how much is the special pizza and how much is the veggie pizza. So how should we do that? Let's go to code back. What I did on a pizza page, I did not add extra code. I'll only add one extra division on the same division. And what I did, I just add like a F5 and I add a price tag to it on the same div, and H2 the price right here $10. But H2 I gave them a ID is a P3, and this is the P2 and P1, and each one has the same thing because it's a hard coding. If that coming from our database, then we will do some for loop or for each loop, so we will not write that much code. But since it's just I want to display, there is a kind of static website, that's why I did a hard coded. You could replace it from your database with it. And also if you go to your order, and right here I add the two tag more, one which I call him pizza name, and the second the price. And we're gonna take the pizza name and price, the input from the directly from our pizza page. Whatever price we put it right here, the hard coding and pizza name, we will pick it from there. So we're gonna add scripting first. Also we're gonna add one more scripting, like anybody click on this button submit, they should send a request to our data what do you call the IBM app. Let me show you what I create an IBM app. In an IBM app I gave them a name, IBM IIB. This is my I could change it or to get or whatever. This is my endpoint, and the request would come right here. Then we're gonna capture it to compute node. Then we're gonna route it to one of this API we have it. We're gonna invoke one of either microservice we're gonna invoke, and we're gonna or IBM app. So just make sure you guys know what it invoke, expose, or provider or consumer. This would be a consumer, because the service that we consume it is on a microservices. We will create a microservice as well, and that will be our provider, because everything will be right here. So I'm gonna also explain the HTTP REST service, what it does and why is so important. But we're gonna ignore this part first, but let's focus on a course now. So if you come to the IBM documentation from for the cross-origin resource sharing, it says cross-origin sharing or CORS is a standard for permitting web page to access content that is hosted on a domain. Each one hosts on different domain. So by default, the IBM app is by default is disabled. So we will do it from one and two way, either from a console or we're gonna do it through the YAML file. Let's do the first, see the YAML file, but we're gonna use the console. So you need to come to the IBM app that is located on a Windows C. It is on a Windows C, file C. Just come right here and go back to program data and go to the IBM app MQSI component and pick which integration server it is. If you want to do it to this one, pick that one, go to server and go to that was the integration, and this is the integration server. You pick the YAML file, so open that one. You just look for the just type course. Right here they give you the option. You either do it from right here, enable. Right now it's false. They say set the value to true, just uncomment and set it to true. That's all you do it. But there is a different kind of setting you could do it. Let's read it on document first. If you come to this website, they say community.ibm.com. right here they give you a full information. So if you want to use the console, you could just copy that one, replace your integration and server, just use it. That gonna do like the one I just showed you, like set it to true. That will do that one. That would allow everything. But and also if you wanna enable listener, you could do as well this command right here. But replace this to information to your right integration and server name. But if you want to do advanced configuration, what it mean that let's say you don't want to allow all the domain, you specifically allow few domain, like for example like they does it right here, MQSI change property, then your integration name and server name, HTTP connector course, allow original. What you want to allow? You want to allow this domain, you want to allow this second domain and third one. You could do that. Use that what do you call backward slash, then the double quotation. On double quotation you add the domain you want to allow it, and each time you separate it with a colon, and colon again you do the same thing. So how many you want to allow, you do it right here. If you want to allow the cross sharing specific one, but also you could do it with a method, like let's say you want to allow get, head, post, page, delete. Those is the HTTP service method. Like if you want to create a REST service, because those is the method, like which method you want to allow. They call them CORS allow method. Those is also on the YAML file. I will show you where. What you do, same thing, MQSI change property, your integration name, server name, HTTP connector, CORS allow method, and again you just add in backward slash quotation, and you just add the method and separate it with comma, like how many whatever method you want to allow. For this one, what I will do, I wanna just use that one, allow everything. I'm gonna paste it right here. Let me replace that my integration name and server name. What I wanna do, I wanna enable and disable the web browser caching on that one, but sometimes it caused me the issue. Always I wanna allow this one as well. So what I did on a separate one, I just changed everything. Now I'm gonna copy, go back to your console and remove that one. The one we just paste this and use it one. And you don't need to restore it either, but if you do it, that's up to you, but you don't need to restore it. This one we will put it to 0, and this is successful, and this one as well. This for the caching, we put it to 0, and this is also successful. No need to restore it. Your integration server, just leave it the way it is. And let me show you those also. If you come right here, so you see CORS allow origin, that means everything. And CORS allow credential, you could do that. CORS expose header, you could bring advanced setting to it. You could even do the heading, and also over there they show you by the console how you do it. And this is a CORS allow method. Right now they allow everything. You could disable and pick whatever you like to do. If you want allow only get, allow only get. And you could also bring some changes, accept languages or content language, something if you want to. So those is the you could do it from right here as well. There's no big difference. Either you do it through console, the one I just show you. I'm gonna place the document on a video description on the GitHub. Either way, but I will place it. And another thing I did right here, because I wanna add the scripting right now. I add the ID demo, and I already told you this one. Let's add a script. What you wanna do, you could add script at the end of your body div tag, which is the body tag. Just put s script and remove at this time anything. I don't want it. I want to make it simplest possible. I just let me explain one thing. I just add some information right here. So we're gonna use the XML HTTP request on our scripting. So what the XML HTTP is, that it is API, is a JavaScript that allow web page to interact with the server in a way that can be update the page without reloading it. This is the key component. So asynchronous JavaScript and XML. So the purpose we use the XSR is enable the web page to send and receive data from a server asynchronously, meaning it can update part of the page without needing the whole page reload. So how that gonna work? You could create the instance of the XML HTTP request, configure it with a request method, either get, post, and or page or whatever you like to, and the URL of the server in a endpoint you will add it. We will do it practically. You will see it. So set up unnecessary header if you like to, but it's optional. So you could also will define a callback function to handle the server response. You will see it when the response come back, where we will display it. We will send the request. So the advantage is you could improve your experience by handling dynamic content update, reduce server reload by featuring only necessary data instead of reloading entire page. This is the one way. There's also another one, because it reminds me, the fetch. You could use also fetch, very simple. But I kind of like the XML HTTP request, because this is also available. You could go to a W3 school. There's example, you could get it from there. So let's go back to our code. So we're gonna go back to scripting and write a function. This time I'm gonna, it is not let me show you, but it says anonymous. It is anonymous, means function with no name. I picked that one, but I don't want to pick anonymous function. I want to give a name for it. Let's say I want to call them a load document. So once I load document, because I'm using the HTTP request, I want to create the instance of that, the object of that. I want to assign it to a variable constant. You could call them any name right here. There would be HTTP. I want to call them XHTTP, but you could call them anything. So what I will do, I want to assign the XML. If they give me the choice now, XML HTTP request. So this is the instance of the one I just explained to you. So this has a center open. We're gonna work with that one. What I will do on that, I want to load a function of that one first. So because right now we will use it as an instance, I will assign it to that variable. But if you not follow me what is this code, you could go and learn JavaScripting. This code is on a W3 school, you could go and learn it there, but we bring the minor change to it, so we're gonna use it. Say onload, they do not provide me the option onload. On a load, I want to add a function, so let me clean. So on load, I want to do the function. Something is wrong. Fun. Okay, now you give me the option. Just type F. See, this time I want a synonym, anonymous function. Anonymous function with of name. You see, function with of name. So what I will do on that, I wanna catch this one, like I just add the demo and display all data back there. When the response come, I wanna display it right here. So there is a essay document. There is a way to bring changes to element of the HTTP. So if you use that one, you could go and learn document.get element by ID, get element by class name, like all the stuff. Element by ID. I want to use by ID because over there I use this name. Get element by ID, and there's another function in JavaScripting. They say inner.html. What this does, this just change the element. That's why the inner is kind of inside of HTML of element. They just change the whatever value will be on this div, because we assign it to this div. We will replace whatever data come there. Probably they say successful or something. We're gonna say this repairing to current object response. If they give me, no, they're not providing me the response dot. I wanna use text. So this all it does right now. So what I wanna do right now, let's copy that one. I say http dot open you could pick the one thing you need to know about REST service. On a REST service we have a method, either get, put, post, or delete and pitch. Those is the way that we interact with data. If I say post, that means either we're sending a data to because we're working with the data, that's why we're using post. But if I want to read only, then I use get. But because of this, the too much data, this all data, I want to send it to my IBM server, I want to use post. So I will say post. I'm gonna bring the few information. I have it on my document. I will show you, and also I will place all this information on my what do you call, on a GitHub, on a, or either on a video description. We will give them a post, and we give them right here URL, any URL, but this URL I will give it for http dot colon / 2 time local. This is the IBM the 7080. This is the IBM HTTP app that we just created. So if you I remember, it's IBM IIB, I believe, yes, IBM IIB we gave them, but we will replace it because we only will replace it to IIB because we're gonna follow the rule. IIB. Also we will replace it on the app. So we'll come back right here, because over there on document that we created we will say IIB. So our endpoint is IIB. You could also say to true is but it's optional, but this 2 is fine. Let's give it to true. So what I will do right now, like whatever data you see right here, zip code, easy pass, and name, price, name, last name, I want to get all the data. I want to collect all the data and turn it either to JSON or blob. But I will use it as a blob because I want to write a lot of code on an IBM app, so you will get familiar how you want to clean up your data. But if you send JSON, that's fine too, but I want to send it as a blob. So just come under that and tap say constant. This is the good way on a JavaScript, you write it down as a constant, because it's a variable. With constant, I'm sure you know, is something you don't want to change it. Like Google is a permanent. I'm sure you know about the document. If you remember right here, we say document get element by ID, but this time we will say document dot get element by ID, correct, but this time we will say value. Value of what? We're gonna check. The first one is a pizza. We take this pizza and add it right here, and this time we're not gonna say enter or enter HTTP. We do not want to change it, we want to get the value, so that's why we will say value. So what it does, they will go on this HTML tag, they will find this ID. On this ID, whatever value is there, they will bring it and assign it to my this variable. This is the variable of HTML, and this is the constant I put it, like I don't want to change it. This is a good practicing. So what I will do, let me copy that one, and this time this was the pizza. The second I want a price, and also change it to price, and the third one is name. I want to get a name. Make sure you get a name ID, not this. Whatever value you put it on ID, you pick that one, because we right here we set it by ID. If you say get element by class, get element by element, you just provide that value right here. But since we say ID, we put in ID. And this is a pizza. I'm going to replace it with pizza, because it's not allowed duplicate. So let me get all data and come back right here, because I want to give information about the URL search parameter. Params means parameter. If you say new URL search parameters, it create new URL parameter object in JavaScript. This object can be used to construct and manipulate the URL query parameters. It is particularly useful for the encoding data that will be sent on a body of the URL encoding, such as request, encoding of requests, such as an HTTP post request. I mean, the reason we're using that to create an object that can be easily manage the URL query parameter. We will add the key value pair. The usage we do it, add a key value pair to URL query. So serialize the parameter to a query string. So how should we do it like that? Let's go back to our coding. So back to our code. What we do, again we say constant, declare any variable. I will say data. If you remember, say we new, and the URL search params, we use it to get the instant, to get the object of. The reason we do that, because we want to send key value pair. So what you do, there is a function, they say append, or because we want to append it. Dot, if they give me the append, okay, they do not give me append. If I hope no mistake. What I will do first, the key, I will say name or pizza. The first is pizza right here. There is a key value pair, is a key, let me write, and value. name and value, if it that makes sense for a key value pair. That's why we're doing right here. So I will say key pizza and comma, then we add the value from right here, pizza. So whatever name come on that, we will place it. The pizza name pizza, and doing that as many data we have it, because we're gonna append it to each other. Price, so price, and the price. Let me do all the stuff similar and come back. So as this time we add price, like key value pair, everything like name, last name, address, city, zip code, card number, everything, like whatever we did it right here, CVS code, we added, we appended, like we concatenate it. I'm sure you guys know what it means. The word is very simple, it's appended. So what we gonna do now, we will HTTP, we wanna set the header until it's like, okay, let me write it the first, set request header. If there's no mistake, hopefully. What I will do right here, I want to add two content right here, two parameter. The first is a content type. It's very simple. Whatever content content comma type. Second, we're telling you this is the application which we sending the URL encoding x, you could put any x colon form encoding dot URL encoded. Okay, what is this line of code set the type of data being sent on HTTP request. It tells that the server that the data is formatted as application, and with a www.form URL encoded, which is the standard way to encode form data. So that's why this line of code is does. Now we're gonna send our request. Say data.send. All you say XML HTTP.send. And what you wanna send, if you send it like that, that would be empty, because we append every this data on this variable. We will send this data. So we send this header, we set it, and the form data encoding, and this one. So we will catch it on a IBM. So this all coded. This is the value we take it from right here. This just we appended key value pair, and right here we just send it, and this we just set the request header, and this the function we create. And right here what we done, whatever is coming as a response, we will display it on this div too. We're gonna replace everything like successful, non-successful, failed, and that stuff. One more thing we will do it, if you check the price, do not have a price on that, or I mean the pizza name and price that coming from the from right here. How should we pick this value and price? We're gonna write a function for this as well. Let's create the same scripting the one another function. So we're gonna place the value right here from this page, and we're gonna pass this load document on that one. So we say again, if we're gonna pick the anonymous function, but I wanna name it as a the get URL parameter. So this function to get parameter value from the URL query string. That's why we name it this one. So this is when we will pass, we're gonna say name. You will see it where because once we create a even listener, because we're gonna we will add it to even listener for when the content is fully loaded. We will get a value from there. So what you wanna do, we use a lot of what do you call the escaping special character. So let me try first, then explain. I say name, then name equal to dot, we will replace it. Let me write this bunch of code and come back because it's a lot. Because it's take longer. Right now it's 30 minutes. Let me finish it quick. Let me write it and come back. So this function we created, this function is to get parameter value from the URL query string. We name it that, we add a parameter to it. Then we using a lot of you could Google those regular expression, how you wanna use it, and you also could go to the what do you call the I take everything those example, this stuff I take it everything from the W3 school. You could go there and learn it, the regular expression from there. So this is the escaping special character, the name for use of regular expression. So we just create a regular expression to match the parameter on the URL right here. So and we take the we just like escaping the regular expression on the current URL. We just sign it right here. So then we do the decoding the parameter value on returning it on an empty string if it's not found it. So just like decode if not found is empty string. I'm sure you're familiar with Java code, Java and JavaScript code. I'm sorry, not the Java code, because it's it is similar to Java anyways. So this is the even listener. We sign it when it's fully loaded. They will listen it and load it. So what we did, said even listener. You could Google this one, document.even listener. We added. We just add the content loaded. We add a function to it, so an anonymous function. This two ID and name, this two come from pizza and price value, because we get the value. You see the pizza and price value together, and we add it to our what do you call function right here, price and value. So that's what. So right here what we done, this is the even listener for when the form with the ID payment form. So submitted this form data, we added right here. And, so also we will just prevent the default form submission behavior. So from right here to prevent it, and also we're gonna calling the function name like whatever function we created right here to submit it to right here all the data. So this is basically said. Also, I'm gonna provide this code and also what do you call this control on my GitHub or either on a video description. So let's save it and test. So let's run it. Okay, the price is coming. Look, you see the price with the name and price automatically come up. We will provide him the name right here, any name, and the address, and let's put the card number and expiration date and CVS date. So when you say submit, now we receive the request right here. See this request, if you open it, you see it coming from right here. The content, let's check it. We will manipulate this data. You see I send it as a blob. You could let me copy that one. I just paste it to my Node++. What I will do, go to plugin and convert it back. You see whatever we send, key value pair, name, S, and last name, Mayor, and address, this one, and every information has come right here. So that was a blob, and the parse is unknown. You could check local environment, destination, where it come from. There's a request identifier as unique number it get assigned, and property it provide all the information. Encoding and transactional persistence false. We already know what is persistent. If you do not know this stuff, watch my other video on the YouTube. And what I want to know about what is that is a post or get. So you see right here the original HTTP. X original HTTP command is a post, and they provide you the URL. I will change the URL right now. Still is the IBM app. I did not change it. I will change everything. So basically, see, set the fetch mode is the core. Everything, all the information right here, it come up. So the next video we're gonna capture this data and save it to our database, and also we will call the microservice as well. We're gonna invoke the microservice. Sometime we're gonna create many microservice. One microservice will give like a pin code something. Another microservice will do another thing. One microservice will save data onto MongoDB. Like whatever I explain it on the first video, what we want to do, same thing we're gonna do it right here. So see you on the next video.